Welcome to this video. These are 40 words that you can spell with a calculator. Keep watching to find out how you can do that. I am sure that most people know what calculator spelling is. Most people often do so when they are bored in math class and want to show off some skill. Traditionally, most calculators have a 7-digit display that looks something like this. Calculator spelling goes back to the 1970s, and people have gradually been finding more words. This includes Oslo, which one can do so with the number 0.750, or the spelling Shell Oil, with the number set 710 minus 77345. These calculators can also be used to send messages like numbers 775134. When you flip it around, it can spell he is ill, or 7715135, which is she is ill. Right now, there is a definitive alphabet for calculator spelling. All you have to do is take these set of words and figure out what words have these letters so they can be spelled using a calculator. Although now people can spell just about any word on a calculator with advanced alpha options, to determine if it is good time spent finding these words that only one can spell using a calculator, well, I don't know. In short, depending on the situation. If you should be doing something more worthy of your time, then it is clearly an example of an unexpected drawback. I don't know really how this could be useful. It is kinda like this. Impressive, but is it necessary? What this is an example of is an unintended characteristic. It's just a fancy way of saying that we never meant this to happen. There are 3 types of unintended characteristics. The first type is an unexpected benefit. For when ships are sunk during combat in shallow waters, they end up becoming artificial reefs. This can be good for the economy as it brings in tourism revenue. This is because recreational divers want to come to the area to look at the sunken ship. On the other end, the unexpected drawback, that is some sort of policy that has a drawback that we did not know. For example, in Australia, where people are legally required to wear a helmet, the amount of ridership on bikes is down compared to other places around the world, like the Netherlands. Also, one may argue that helmets make us safer because if we fall on our heads, then we could die. I agree with that, and that is correct. But let's also acknowledge the fact that one will only crash if there's an obstruction in the path, like a car, or the road is bumpy, and that makes you lose control and fall. In the Netherlands, paths are properly maintained, not like some other place in a developing country that does not spend properly on infrastructure. Also, they build proper segregated bike lanes that are designated, and that makes drivers slow down, thus an injury is less deadly. Fact is that people do not like to wear helmets, so they will drive their cars rather than bike. Adversely affects health, causing more harm than care, as the population is less physically active, and we all know what problems can happen because of that. This subject also falls under a whole other topic of discussion that is more of a story for another time. Another example is in Australia. There was a man by the name of Thomas Austin, brought 24 rabbits to Australia, and now the population has grown to over 600 million. He said that he brought them in 1859 as game to shoot at in parties, and he was praised for that. Today, not so much, as the rabbits are considered as a pest, as they eat weed that the farmers have planted, and then they have to do it all over again if it weren't for those meddling rabbits. There's another term for certain things called the Springsteen effect. Let's say that Real Life Lore released the address for the channel Wendover Productions studio address in, say, a Instagram post. I'm sure he wouldn't do this in real life, but it's an example. In retaliation, the conflict reaches to a point where he decides to retaliate by suing the publisher, in this case, Real Life Lore. Somehow, the public takes note of this and really starts to looking for the address. In this case, more people have seen the address than they would have seen if things just went smoothly, and this is the Springsteen effect. This was named after Barbara Springsteen, after her home got leaked out by a photographer that was taking photos of the Malibu coast. she decided that it would be a good idea to sue the publisher. Problem was, because of the lawsuit, more people seen the image than would have seen otherwise without her suing. This is because, before the lawsuit, only 6 people downloaded the image, 2 of which were her attorneys. As the lawsuit progressed, more than 420,000 people visited the site afterward. The lawsuit was dismissed and she lost the case and was ordered to pay Angelman's legal fees, which amounted to $155,567, which failed to do the very thing that the lawsuit was intended to do. What this is an example is a perverse result. In simple terms, it means that an action that was intended to solve a problem was made worse by taking that action. Thanks for watching till the end of this video. Here are the numbers to spell them on your calculator. Also, please subscribe and make sure to check out another video of mine by clicking the thumbnail on the screen. And if you want to learn more about this channel, then be sure to look at my Twitter account. Again, thanks for watching and see you in the other video.